Hey, excuse me. Hey, I just wanted to make a video for you and address your question about whether or not to lie on an application. I would have to agree with Rainy Girl and say that it would be best to be upfront and straightforward and say yes to that question, that you do or you have seen a psychiatrist or whatnot for your problem. As far as a job interview or whatnot, I've never been asked, and lately I've been going to many job interviews and I have not been asked that question. I'll just tell you briefly just a little bit about my situation, because you probably haven't watched my channel, and I'm hesitant about making a video to somebody that I really don't know, but I have watched your videos and I like them and I've kept up with you. Haven't been on YouTube for a little while as far as catching up on my friends and whatnot, but I caught this video and I thought and I felt like I needed to make a response to it. A little bit about me is last year in November I lost my job. The reason I lost my job was I had to take medical leave, and because I have very bad depression, and I had to take medical leave. Well, while I was on leave, I had the choice of coming back I had the choice to come back in a certain amount of time, and my doctor said that I was unable to come back. Well, the cutoff period kept coming and coming, and I still couldn't come back. So in the time that I was off, they filled my position. Therefore, I don't have a job anymore. So anyway, I got put on disability, and now I'm on disability. And until my doctor releases me, I cannot go back to work. But anyway, the doctor has still not released me yet. But I am searching for a job because I want to go back to work. And I feel like that if I find a job, my doctor will let me go back to work. Hopefully, God, he will let me go back to work. So that's why I'm doing interviews and stuff right now. Now, as far as what you were talking about, as far as having a job that is like a little job, like what you were talking about. Well, I had a pretty important job. And the background that I'm in is, I can't discuss what I do, but it is important, and I wish I could tell you what it is, but I really can't. But it involves background checks and stuff like that. So yes, I am really worried about this now, as far as getting another job in the field that I am in. Hopefully that will tell you a little bit about how important this job is. The jobs that I'm searching for now. Always tell them, as far as whenever you have a drug test or anything like that, always list all your medications, because I'm on like tons of medications. Whether it be, a stomach medication for acid reflux or anything like that, list it. I don't care what it is, list it. That's what I do. I write down everything I'm on, everything I'm taking, and I list it. And that way, if anything comes back on you, you can say, hey, I'm under doctor's care, and these are the drugs that I'm taking, and if something comes back wrong, then you're covered. So, I would just be honest, and I see a psychiatrist and I see a therapist, which is a social worker. And my psychiatrist is the one that prescribes the medication, and the social worker is the one that talks with me and is my therapist. And I've been doing so for quite a while. And, it does help, but you have to help yourself also. And I guess the best thing that I would hope you get out of my video is try not to lie about it and try to face it head on. And I think what your mom is concerned about is she's concerned about, you know, you getting a job and having to put that on an application and you being labeled a certain label. I know my dad was very concerned whenever I started seeing a therapist, and I think they're just concerned about how you're going to be labeled and whatnot. I don't know how to ease that over or anything like that. I have read some articles. I did read an article the other day that just about sent me through the roof, and I'm going to have to take it to my psychiatrist and let him look at it, because it has to do with my job, and it has to do somewhat with a background check and mental illness and certain things that you cannot purchase. And if they approve this thing, I'm worried about certain issues that could tie into my position. Nevertheless, you have to do what you have to do to get help, and you just can't lie about something like that. And I recently tried to get this job, and I thought I had it, and I was very, very close to having it. And I told the guy, you know, he said he needed someone right away, and I said, well, I have to be honest with you and straightforward. I am on disability right now, and how soon do you need somebody, because I have to get clearance from my doctor first, and I want you to know that. He goes, well, I need somebody. The reason I told him that, and I was honest with him about that, is because he needed someone like today. That's how soon he needed somebody. And, you know, I knew I couldn't put that out for him. You know, I knew I couldn't, like, sign the paperwork right then and right there today for him. And, you know, he would probably ask me the question, why can't you do that? So I wanted to be upfront and honest with him about that. Now, I didn't get the job, but even if he had come to me and said, you know, hey, you've got the job, I still couldn't have put it out for him. So I think it's just best to be honest and say to them, you know, what you're about and how you. I think it's just best to be honest and let them know. And only if you have to let them know. Now, in that situation, I had to let him know that, because he was looking for someone ASAP. If you don't have to tell someone, then don't. But if you're put in a situation where it asks that question, do not lie about it, because somehow or some way it will come back to bite you in the ass. And it will. I'm telling you, it will. But if you have to answer that question, the best way to do it is not lie. I hope you got something out of the video, and I like your videos, and I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday. And look forward to more of your videos. Bye.